this is George Kattouf with AgelessTimeless.com. So today I'll demonstrate an exercise that will work the core. But prior to that, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about a positive mental attitude. My father was not an athlete. He never claimed to be. And he was part of the greatest generation. So when he went to World War II, he had to leave his family at the age of 35. And the draft age was lowered a year later, but he was not one of the lucky ones, necessarily, to benefit from the change. Therefore, he had to go to war, he had to leave his family, and he went to France. While he was there, he developed something called trench foot, which we might know as frostbite, and he had to eventually be shipped back to the United States for treatment. That incident during the war left his one leg with a great deal of swelling, pain, and it was very noticeable. There was quite a bit of varicosity in his veins and his legs. Yet, I never heard him complain about it. So, he worked as a tavern owner because his family did not have the money to send him to college or anything such as that. And he was on his feet all day. And he worked that job days and nights for over 60 years. I never heard him complain once about the pain in his legs, though it was quite noticeable. And in fact, he would challenge his younger bartenders and say to them, "You sit down, you're a young man, you sit down during the job, you feel like you need to." He never sat down. He would also do that in church. He would stand up, and he was a chanter in the Orthodox Church. He would stand up, and during the whole time, he would not sit down. So this idea of a positive mental attitude permeated his life. And as I said, he was not an athlete, but he had the mind of an athlete. Conversely, I had a good friend that went to lunch with many of his fellow graduates from senior high school, and he hadn't seen many of them for many years. We talked later, and he told me he was shocked. He was shocked because they were so old, and they spent most of their time talking about their illnesses, their surgeries. I tell you this because as an ageless athlete, you need to have a positive mental attitude. There's a new study that I just read recently that talked about the fact that people that live to 85 and beyond often have that hopeful mindset, that positive attitude that they're going to live that long. And they always see the light at the end of the tunnel, always looking for the silver lining. So I hope you develop this attitude, because this isn't just about physicality. It's about positive mental attitude that's going to help you live a long and healthy life. So I promised you a core exercise, and as always, you can vary it and consult your physician. Of course, I say that. If your physician can't do this, you might want to consult someone else. But that being said, this core exercise can be done with a medicine ball or without, or something much lighter. This is a 15-pound ball. This is also aerobically challenging. So if you do it the way I'm going to demonstrate it right now, I will likely be out of breath at the end. So I call these jackknives, and you may have done them. There might be another name for them. But I've been using these successfully with my martial arts students for many, many years. So what we do is I'll demonstrate the form first. We take the ball, put it over the head, and we reach up and try to touch the insteps. So each time you'll notice that I don't drop my feet, they don't touch the ground. But that's one of the modifiers you can use. If you feel like you need to do the move and then drop your feet, that's perfectly fine. And as I said, you may not need a medicine ball. You may want to just come up with your hands and touch. That's challenging in itself. Some people will use a medicine ball, but they can't get the instep, so they'll hit the shins. That's also a nice modifier. So how many do I do? In one clip, I'll try to do 30 and see how that goes. So ready and begin. That's 30. And I'm breathing hard. So it's a quick jolt. And you don't always need to do things for lengthy periods of time. Sometimes a quick burst, a quick sprint. There's research suggesting that's the way to go. Whew, good. All right, so try that, try the modifications. If that looks too hard, just come up a little bit, and then maybe bring your feet up a little bit, and then try to get a boat. All right? This is George Kattouf for AgelessTimeless.com. Stay young.